It's me, Renee. I'm back. And today I've got a little library haul for you, as well as a little Friday reads. What I'm gonna read for this weekend. Which, in and of itself, is kind of a bit weird because I don't really have any concrete plans, but I have a few thoughts. So I'm gonna give them to you. But anyway, the library books are easy to do, and I'll start with them. With there's some non-fiction kind of books, and then there's some bigger books, and I'll just start with this one. So first we have 100 fantastiska ting om historia. Sorry, 100 fantastiska fakta om historia. So as you can see, this is a children's book. It's non-fiction, and yeah, it's 100 facts about history. And yeah, I like I've watched some people on BookTube who really are into non-fiction and read a lot of that. I read more non-fiction now than before, but still, I often tend to kind of go for the children's non-fiction, I suppose, in a way, because they tend to be like 100 or 50 pages and just full of pictures. So lazy me often pick up them, but it's also like it's the library love library readathon this week and next week. So I thought kind of fun to find something in the library, kind of yeah, prudent really. So yeah, I found it and it looked interesting. I have in the past discovered after I borrowed it that I already read it before, like from the library. But I'm 97% sure I have not read this before. And if I have, oh well. So yeah, this one. And then we have Patriarchate faller. Sexismens historie og kvinners motstandskap av Martha Breen og Jenny Jordal. So this one came out last year. It's again a children's. It's a comic slash illustrated story, well, non-fiction story. It's a story of how feminism. It's a story about feminism, but it's also about it's a story about feminism, but around the world. So it's about different feminists around the world, and it's about Malala and people around the world who've made a difference. And I love Martha Breen, the author. She kind of she's a journalist, but she's also author, and she focuses on feminism. And she always also has Jenny Jordal with her, and she kind of makes this fun, cool illustrations. And I can't wait to read this one. And it's just like 80 pages, so it's not long at all. And I plan to read this weekend as well. And then we have a book actually already read yesterday. So my bad. No, not my bad. But yeah, I'm holding it, library holding it after read it. Sorry. It is Håndbok for unge rasister of Tinashe Williamson, and illustrations are by Thea Jacobsen. So Tinashe Jacobsen is a Norwegian model and journalist, influencer. I think that's kind of more or less her professional names. And so this one came out last year, and so a lot of people like these last few, maybe 5-6 years now, ever since Trayvon Martin, or before that as well, but like that's kind of when it kind of went bigger, like it's been in these last few years. And also like in 2020 when you had when you have George Martin, these recent deaths, so Black Lives Matter became much more prevalent and much bigger. Everyone talked about it. And at first it was kind of this thing you talk about here in Norway, like, oh, over in America there's this big riots. But that's true, you would have people who talk about, well, racism is a thing in Norway as well. So like some people would write articles and stuff and say racism is a thing in Norway, and some people will say no, it's not, and then you have debates and yeah. So Tinashe Williamson, she was one of the people who kind of became big in debate in Norway about how it is to be multicultural in Norway and how it is to be black in Norway, and it's not just easy. Yes, in Norway the police don't have guns, but there's still things that still have happened. Like in 2001, there was a shooting in Oslo where a 15-year-old kid 15-year-old was killed. In 2019, there was a guy who killed his stepsister, and also he tried to kill some people in a mosque. So yeah, even though it doesn't happen that frequently, things still happen in Norway as well. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, this is yeah, a good way to start your kid, or yeah, people who don't really know where to start with talking about racism and how to be anti-racist, and yeah, different topics like this. It's both anecdotal, but also you have like there's what's again? You have oh my god, words, definitions of words. You have definitions of words. I'm forgetting the word definition, but yeah, you have definitions of words, and then you have tasks that like make you think, and yeah. For me, I would say a lot of it kind of new. I kind of it wasn't nothing new to me really. Well, some of it was new, but not all of it. But at the same time, this is meant for kids, uh, like 5 till 12, around that age I would think. So, like me as a 20 something, I mean, most of this stuff I already knew, so it wasn't really that new to me. And also, I've been up to date, or try to be up to date on different non-fiction book around BLM and Black history and all that stuff. So I kind of, yeah. I mean, this is kind of, it's meant for like as a first book on the topic, I would say, because I mean, it's thin and it's very introductory. So for me, yeah, it was nothing new, but I still enjoyed it. It was a good way of having the message come through. And it's been on the bestseller list for many weeks. And some libraries actually have like 2 years of waiting lists for it. So yeah, people are interested to read it, and yeah, it's gotten great reviews, and it is good. It is good. It's just I'm not the main target for this book, even though it's good. So yeah, yeah. So those three, and then we have three more here. I have two fiction and one non-fiction. I'm gonna do non-fiction first because the other ones are fiction, non-fiction. So just keeping with the theme, really. So we have, sorry, Derfor må du vite at jeg er same, av by Ella Marie Hatta Isaksen. So this is a Norwegian singer, an activist. She's also active in the environmentalism movement, but she's mainly a singer. And yes, she's also one of the Sami people. So in Norway, the indigenous people are called Sami people. The Sami people, sorry, the Sami people live in Norway, Sweden, Finland, and parts of Russia. So it's not just in Norway they live in that area. And as with most countries, I would say, the Norwegian majority of like non-Sami people, Norwegians, did not treat some people well in the past, and I suppose they're still not treated very fairly in a lot of ways. And yeah, so this is a little book about Sami culture and how what it is to be Sami in today's world, and yeah, just stuff like that, really. And yeah, Sally, it's not really Sami. Most Norwegians don't really know that much about the Sami culture, so I think this book, I'm kind of thinking it's very important and good. And last week was actually the Sami National Day, even though, I mean, the Sami Day, even though there are Sami people in Sweden, Finland, and Russia, but like they have their own national day in the 6th of February. So yeah, just 1 week ago. Well, a bit over 1 week ago. Oh yeah, this one I want to read. I'm curious. I want to learn more about some people, and yeah. So yeah, and then we have two fiction books. We have both of these in Norwegian, but they're not written by Norwegians. But we have Paris er alltid en god idé, or Paris is always a good idea, which is a romance story, and it's soon February. Sorry, it's soon Valentine's. So I thought I wanted to pick up a romance book. I read about seen this before in the bookstore. I thought, it looks cool. I like a Paris setting, so yeah, this one. And I actually started slightly. I read like 2 paragraphs, and yeah, I enjoy it so far. Might read more into this weekend. Sorry. Then we have Roulette by Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte is mostly famous for Jane Austen, for Jane Eyre. Like the Bronte sisters, they're kind of most famous for one of their books. You have Sir Charlotte Bronte wrote Jane Eyre, and then her sister. I'm blanking out on her name. This is stupid. I'm just gonna check. You know what? What is the name of her sister? Okay, God, it's just annoying. But you also have Wuthering Heights, which is by Emma Bronte? Mary Bronte? I'm blanking out. But yeah, there's 3 Bronte sisters, and most of them are known for one book, even though they wrote several books. I think most of them wrote several books. Anyway, this is Charlotte Bronte's other book. I mean, she wrote Jane Eyre, but she's most famous for Jane Eyre, but she's also wrote this one. It actually came out just before her death. Well, it's the last book before her death. And yeah, I really enjoyed Jane Eyre, so I thought I wanted to give this one a go as well. It's a bit big, but yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of big books, really. So, yeah. So, that's the library haul. And then onto the, onto the Friday reads section. So, as I said, I'm not really quite sure what I'm going to read, so I mean, supposed to just stop this video here. But still, I can't give you a maybe possibility pile because I want to. So first we have Serendipity by its anthology of romance stories. I meant to talk about this one actually earlier this week because of the February TBR, and I forgot about this book. But yeah, now I can talk about it. And it's anthology YA romance by different authors. Most anthologies is. You have Elizabeth Julberg, Leah Johnson, Elise Bryant, Julie Murphy, Abigail Hing Wen. Lots of them different authors. Some I've read before, some I haven't. And kind of fun to might start this one. Then we have A Meditation on Murder by Robert Thorogood, which is a Death in Paradise novel. You know, that TV series, if you've seen it. I suppose if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you haven't. But it's British TV series, crime series set in the Caribbean. And it's kind of very much often it's locked room mysteries, which I love. And yeah, so this is the screenwriter from that series who wrote some books based on that series. And yeah, I kind of want to read that one. Then we have Paula Santiago and the River of Tears by Felor Kai Mejia. So this was just optioned to be a TV series, movie at Disney Plus. But anyway, I was still excited by it because it's a Rick Riordan Presents book. It's based on Mexican mythology or Mexican folklore. There's this myth about this crying woman, and that's what this is based around. River of Tears. And yeah, I kind of want to start this one this weekend, so yeah, I might pick up this one. Keep in mind, these are all night books. As well, the library books are kind of easier because, well, the non-fiction ones are easier because they're short, so I suppose probably will do them. The other ones, I might do. But yeah, then we have That Kind of Guy by Talia Hibbert. It's a Ravenswood book, which so far I just read one of them. I want to read the rest. I have the rest. And yeah. It's a fake relationship to lovers story. And yeah, I really like Talia Hibbert. I might pick up that one. And then we have Venetia by Georgette Hare. You know, a romance author from the 1920s. And yeah, I want to give it a go. And then we have Fake It Till You Break It by Jian P. Nguyen. And this is a YA romance with a Korean American pianist. And yeah, and that's kind of my plan for this weekend. If you have any of these books you kind of think like you have to read it now, or any other thoughts, please talk to me in the comments. And I'll see you next week. Bye.